As mental health practitioners, psychologists and psychiatrists, we often come across clients who have suffered a lot of grief because of death of near and dear ones. And sometimes they continue to carry this grief and sadness beyond months and years. ICD-11 and DSM-IV categorizes this as prolonged grief disorder, that when we are continuing to get deeply affected by sorrow, grief and sadness even 6 months after our loved one has departed. And this prolonged grief disorder is now recognized as a serious mental health condition because it obviously affects a lot of other areas of our life. At Wellness Space also, we all the time have clients who come to us where they have lost a family member or a friend, either due to accident, death, illness. Sometimes they were prepared for it, sometimes they were not prepared for it. And more often than not, when they've not had a closure, they carry all those unprocessed emotions and feelings for years after the death has happened. We've had clients who have said that it has been 15 years since I lost my mother, but I still cannot put up her photograph. Or it has been, 12 years since I lost my cousin in an accident and I cannot even talk about it. So whenever we carry grief which has not been processed, when in Indian culture also it is very common that once somebody is departed, we are not allowed to feel angry, upset at the person. And because of this cultural conditioning also, a lot of us continue to carry a lot of unprocessed emotions for years in our mind and body. At Wellness Space, we have tried a technique called relationship dialogue to help people who come with prolonged grief disorder. And we have successfully published the research on the effectiveness of this technique in the International Journal of Regression Therapy. In this research, we worked with 54 clients. All of them went through one session of the process which we call as relationship dialogue. 10 of our therapists worked for us in this study where they did the process with these clients. And we measured their grief, sadness, anger, whatever emotion they were carrying relating to that loss in the form of SUDs or subject unit of distress. We took the measurement before the session, we measured their SUD after the relationship dialogue session, and then we subsequently checked with them a month and a half after the session was done. And the details about the research are of course in the paper which you can read, but the research showed us that relationship dialogue is a very effective technique to work with people who come with grief, because all these participants had a statistically significant reduction in their scores, in their SUDs related to grief. So obviously this is a very powerful tool. It is very simple to use. We have described the steps in the research paper itself. I believe that all of you who work with people and their mental health issues should learn this process, because in that one session of doing this, we are able to help them overcome years of unprocessed grief. This technique, relationship dialogue, is based on the Release Reframe toolkit that we use for all our psychotherapy techniques at Wellness Space, where we encourage the clients to release from the body whatever unprocessed emotional charge they are carrying and reframe it in their mind. So when it comes to grief, clients oftentimes carry unprocessed emotions like anger, sadness, regret, guilt, criticism, and a lot of questions and complaints sometimes relating to the person who has died. But after doing this process, all of them have been able to remember the departed soul either with joyfulness, happiness, or simply with a neutral energy that they experience. This process we teach in our module 2 of our evidence-based psychotherapy techniques. Out of the 54 clients that we worked on, which we have published in the paper, it is surprising that 35% of them had been carrying this grief for more than 11 years. So that is a clear indication of how long our mind and body may continue to carry the unprocessed emotions in our body. Well, the subject unit of distress that we measured at the beginning of the session was 9, and for almost 39 of these participants, after the session it went down to 1.7, and at the end of 1.5 months it continued to go even further down at 0.9, which showed us that there was a statistically significant reduction not only in the negative emotion but also continuity and maintenance of that positive state of mind. So I would like to also acknowledge that while the paper's authors are Dr. Gunjan Trivedi, myself, Dr. Hemlata Ramani and Neha Pandya, The therapists who have worked and done this relationship dialogue are Meenakshi Nair, Anagha Nagpal, Ruhi Pabari, Kokila Vigneshwaran, Yibali Shetty, Rene Nair and Parishi Thakur. They are all psychotherapists who are trained by us at Wellness Space, and they all have done these sessions for our clients, because of which we have been able to publish this paper. So if you are a psychologist, a mental health practitioner, a counselor, psychiatrist, then do have a look at this research paper that we have published and write to me if you have any more questions.